Hi everyone, it's Reet here, and today I want to talk about Txtpire, the name, and how we got the app name, and how it represents our company. But first I want to tell you a little story about how we got there, because Txtpire was not the first name. Actually, when I first came up with this idea, I was driving down the Dan Ryan in Chicago, and the first name that came to me was Time Slot. And maybe that's because I've worked in television so long, but I thought of Time Slot Messaging app. Now, first thing I do is I go to the web and I seek out to see if anybody has that name. Well, I did see one domain name that said Time Slot, but it had nothing to do with messaging. So I thought if I made something called Time Slot Messaging, that it would be different enough. Well, we started out the process of making it called Time Slot. And about halfway through the project, the people from Time Slot wrote us a letter saying, it was a little too close. We'd like you to change the name. Not so nice, but they did. And I thought about it for a while and I said, you know what? We can come up with a better name. So we had to figure out a process of finding a name for this app. And you know what? It's not as easy as one would think, because there are a lot of names already taken. The best names are ones that you make up. But how do you make them up? There are several websites you could go to. Now, there's one called Brand Root. And Brand Root is a great place where they already designed logos, and they made up names that you can buy from them. And depending on the name, the cost is associated. There's a different cost associated. I don't know if that's per designer or if they just think that name is a stronger name. However they do it, they charge you for the name, but then you own it, and they even give you a logo and everything associated with it, which is great if that's what you want. It's a simple, easy way to do it. That's not the only option. There are several other websites. One is called PandaBee, another is called Name Mesh, and so Txtpire just so happened was a made-up name that I made up, and then I saw that nobody else had it, and I really like the name Txtpire because it suits our app much better. In fact, it was a really good thing that these people stopped us from using the name Time Slot, because it didn't suit our app as well. So thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys stopping us, even though it kind of was a little bit of a pain in the butt. So now that we have the name Txtpire, now we needed a logo. When creating a logo for your app, you need to have it as a good representation. If you're making a gaming app, it could be a character, but with our app, we wanted to let people know what it was all about. The person who created the logo was Vernon Lockhart. He works with Art on the Loose. We're working together, great company, and they are helping me out with this app. But what we did was we sat in a room with a bunch of other people from the company and myself, and we designed it based on what we associated with the app. And I picked out the colors. He kind of drew it out in black and white, and we kind of played with it together to make sure it worked for what we were talking about. And then he finally put it together, and we loved the look. We have that timer, like we said, the messaging box and the check mark, and it's placed on that sunrise background, also a reflection of time. We thought these were all good things to represent our company and easy to understand and see at first glance. So these are the things that you want to look for when you're creating your own logo. But whatever you decide, make it a good reflection of what you're working on. Why? Because that's the first thing people see. So that's all we have time for right now. Take care. Thanks for listening. Bye.